Doctors and clinic personnel were incapable to accessing patient-detailed information due to a common fail in machine system touching the Welch NHS on environment. Consultants and GPS told they could not get bloodstream and X-ray results since their domestic gateway was downward. The Welch by the government has affirmed how all system are now behind up and fleeing. But it alerted down there may be arrears touching several areas. The Domestic Cyber Safety Center told the problems were inflicted by engineering issues and were not the outcome of a cyber assault. The UK Care Associate, BMA, in Wales, that represents doctors, told it understood at low part of GP services had been struck. One GP named the position Havoc and told, "I can't do whatever. I requirement the framework for all." Over, a precautionary on doctors' computers recite how repeated services are struck, particularly domestic services. Down there is now a engineering question touching 2 information centres. The is by inquiry by the NHS Wales Computer Science Facility and is creature dealt in as a precedence. Bangor household GP Dr. Katrin Elise Williams outlined the position as really disappointing and quite hazardous. Her machine framework went downward on lunchtime on environment. Sadly, he's inflicted us rather a lot of problems in hard to get patients' results, history care histories and letters of hospitals, she told. We include seen a few human beings we can't assist since we can't get how data. The reality the framework went downward as well-intended personnel could not get telephone numbers of patients to pin them and revoke serving. Some problems turned on the reality notes of serving could not be typed up and stored, importance down there will be arrears. Same framework has lost downward, up but just for brief periods, she added. Philip Youthful, 48, of Caerphilly went to the King Gwent Clinic on environment to discover out the results of a puncture biopsy he had undertaken of a massive on his vocals cords 2 weeks up Yuletide. But he was said the results were not accessible due to the system creature downward and how he should back in a monthly. His former partner Emma Precious told it was really about and she was irritated for him. To include to expect else monthly is fully inappropriate, we could be speaking on carcinoma there, she told. He's not fair thing you can keep. Ms. Precious told she had named the Aneurin Bevan College Public Health Executive Board complaints link, but it was flooded and she would include to urge behind in the night. The gathering's opposition public health representative Angela Burns told the problems were extremely about, particularly in the ramifications of recent years' ransomware assault on the NHS. Same attention must now be on support these centres to supervise the occurrence quickly so how patient information is safe and how thoroughness is not negatively struck, told the prudent M for Carmarthen Western and Southward Pembrokeshire. The is by inquiry by the NHS Wales Computer Science Facility and is creature dealt in as a precedence, a Welch by the government representative added. Powys NHS IT division told, down there is now a main occurrence touching a quantity of popularly posted system through NHS Wales. Same question appears associated to domestic firewalls and is creature now studied. Dr. Alan Woodall, president of GP Surviving UK who plant of a surgical in Montgomeryshire, told, myself an associate how job in initial thoroughness cannot accessing electric patient accounting records that is strongly breaking our capacity to ensure patient thoroughness. Down there is now a engineering question touching 2 NHS Wales information centres. The is by inquiry by the NHS Wales Computer Science Facility and is creature dealt in as a precedence. Else physician, work of a GP surgical in the Abertarbro Morganwg Public Health Executive Board region how relating Swansea and Bridgend, outlined it as Havoc, addition, I can't do whatever. I requirement the framework for all. A elder archivist at the King Glamorgan Clinic in Lantrison told the problems begun medium morning on environment.